Did you know that public speaking is one of the most common fears? In fact, studies show that up to 75% of people suffer from speech anxiety. That's right, 3 out of 4 people feel nervous about speaking in front of others. It's no wonder that speaking in public ranks higher than fears like heights or spiders. Here's another eye-opener. According to research from the University of California, people who improve their public speaking skills see a boost in their career opportunities. They're more likely to get promoted and earn higher salaries. So, improving your speaking skills isn't just about getting over your nerves, it can actually change your life. In this video, we're going to dive into 6 powerful strategies that will help you overcome your fear and become a confident speaker. From mastering your inner dialogue to engaging your audience, we'll cover it all. You'll learn how to use your body language to project confidence and discover the secret to calming your nerves with simple breathing techniques. Stay tuned to erase your fears and unlock the confident speaker within you. Let's get started on this journey to transforming your public speaking skills. Chapter 1: Silencing the Inner Critic, Mastering Self-Talk. Imagine stepping up to speak and hearing a voice in your head that says, "You're not good enough." That's your inner critic talking, and it's something everyone deals with. The good news is, you can train yourself to quiet that voice. Research from the National Science Foundation found that 80% of our thoughts are negative. That's a staggering amount. But it also means that most people are dealing with the same self-doubt. The key is to flip the script. Start by recognizing the negative thoughts as they pop up. For instance, if you think, "I'll mess up," counter it with, "I've prepared well, and I can handle this." It might sound simple, but it's powerful. According to the Confidence Code by Katty Kay and Claire Shipman, just replacing one negative thought with a positive one can dramatically change your mindset. Another technique is to write down your negative thoughts and then rewrite them as positive affirmations. If you're worried about forgetting your speech, write, "I am well prepared and know my material." Read these affirmations daily. Over time, they'll replace the negative chatter. Remember, self-talk isn't just about being positive. It's about being realistic and encouraging. As the saying goes, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. That's from Henry Ford, and it hits the nail on the head. Your mind believes what you tell it, so tell it something good. Chapter 2: The Power Pose, Channeling Confidence Through Body Language. Did you know that your body language can change how you feel? Harvard psychologist Amy Cuddy's research shows that holding a power pose for just 2 minutes can boost your confidence levels significantly. It's all about tricking your brain into feeling powerful. So, what is a power pose? It's any stance that opens up your body and makes you feel big. For example, standing tall with your hands on your hips like Wonder Woman. Cuddy's study found that people who held power poses had a 20% increase in testosterone levels and a 25% decrease in cortisol, the stress hormone. That's a real confidence boost. Next time you're about to speak, try it. Find a private spot, stand tall, and take up space. It may feel silly at first, but it works. This simple act sends signals to your brain that you're in control and ready to take on the world. And it's not just about standing tall. Use your hands when you talk. Gesturing makes you look and feel more confident. Research shows that people who use hand gestures are perceived as more enthusiastic and knowledgeable. Another tip: make eye contact. When you connect with your audience through eye contact, it creates a sense of trust and authority. Start by picking a few friendly faces in the crowd and rotate your gaze between them. It helps to ground you and keeps your audience engaged. Chapter 3: Mindful Breathing, Controlling Nerves with Every Inhale. Nervous before speaking? You're not alone. Even seasoned speakers feel jitters. But there's a simple, science-backed way to calm those nerves: mindful breathing. Deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for relaxation. According to a study from the University of Zurich, slow, deep breaths can lower your heart rate and reduce anxiety. It's a powerful tool that's always with you. Start by practicing the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 7, and exhale through your mouth for 8. Repeat this cycle a few times before you speak. You'll feel your body relax and your mind clear. Another effective method is box breathing. This technique involves inhaling for 4 counts, holding your breath for 4, exhaling for 4, and pausing for 4 before the next inhale. Navy SEALs use it to stay calm under pressure. If it works for them, it can work for you too. Don't underestimate the power of a good yawn, either. Yawning is your body's natural way of getting more oxygen to the brain and calming the nerves. It's a little-known trick, but it's highly effective. Breathing doesn't just calm you down, it also helps with vocal control. Shallow breathing can make your voice shaky, but deep breathing supports a steady, strong voice. Try practicing these techniques regularly, so they become second nature. Before we move on to the next chapter, don't forget to subscribe. You won't want to miss the upcoming tips to boost your confidence even further. Chapter 4: Storytelling Alchemy. Turning vulnerability into strength. Let's talk about storytelling. It's not just for writers or entertainers. In fact, the best speakers are great storytellers. But here's the twist: the most powerful stories often come from our vulnerabilities. When you share a personal story, you connect with your audience on a deeper level. According to Brené Brown, who wrote Daring Greatly, vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. When you're open about your challenges, you create a bond with your audience that makes your message more memorable. The key is to focus on the lesson learned from your experience. It's not about airing your dirty laundry. It's about showing growth and resilience. Take, for example, Steve Jobs' famous commencement speech at Stanford. He shared personal failures, like being fired from Apple, but he used those stories to inspire listeners about the power of perseverance. Another important point: be authentic. Audiences can tell when you're being genuine. A study by the University of Oregon found that speakers who were perceived as authentic had a 16% higher engagement rate. So, don't be afraid to be yourself. Here's a strategy to help: pick a story that relates directly to the message you want to convey. Make sure it's relevant and not just a random anecdote. The story should serve your overall point and help reinforce it. Also, keep it concise. You don't need to tell your whole life story. A well-crafted, brief story can have a bigger impact than a long-winded one. And always end on a positive note. Even if the story involves a struggle, focus on how you overcame it. Chapter 5: The Confidence Ritual. Crafting your pre-speech routine. Ever wonder why some athletes perform rituals before a big game? It's all about getting into the right mindset. The same goes for speaking. Having a pre-speech ritual can make a huge difference in how you feel and perform. The first step in crafting your ritual is to identify what calms you down and boosts your confidence. For some, it might be listening to a favorite song. Research from McGill University shows that listening to music can increase dopamine levels by up to 9%, which can help reduce anxiety. Others might prefer a quick workout. Physical activity releases endorphins, which are natural mood lifters. A study in psychology of sport and exercise found that even a short burst of exercise can improve mental focus and reduce stress. Visualization is another powerful tool. Picture yourself delivering your speech confidently and getting positive feedback. Olympians use visualization to enhance their performance, and it can work for you too. According to The Inner Game of Tennis by Timothy Galway, mental imagery is just as important as physical practice. Consider adding a mindfulness practice to your routine. Taking a few minutes to meditate can clear your mind and center your thoughts. Studies have shown that just 10 minutes of mindfulness can lower stress levels and improve concentration. Lastly, practice positive affirmations. Before stepping on stage, remind yourself of your strengths. Say things like, "I am prepared," or "I have valuable insights to share." These affirmations help solidify your confidence. They might seem small, but they can set the tone for a successful presentation. Chapter 6: Audience Connection. Creating a dialogue, not a monologue. Let's shift gears and talk about your audience. A great speech isn't just about what you say, it's about how you connect with your listeners. Instead of delivering a monologue, think of your speech as a conversation. One effective strategy is to ask questions during your talk. This doesn't mean you have to wait for answers, but it engages your audience and makes them feel involved. Studies show that people remember content better when they're actively participating. You can ask rhetorical questions or even invite a show of hands. Another tip: tailor your message to the specific audience. Know who you're speaking to and what they care about. If you can tap into their interests and concerns, you'll keep their attention. It's like Dale Carnegie said in How to Win Friends and Influence People: talk to someone about themselves and they'll listen for hours. Pay attention to the energy in the room. If you notice people losing focus, switch things up. You could change your tone, move around the stage, or tell a quick story. Keep the audience engaged by being dynamic and responsive. Don't forget the power of eye contact. This simple act makes a big difference in how connected your audience feels. Try to make eye contact with different people throughout the room, not just the front row. It helps to humanize your speech and make it more personal. Finally, leave room for interaction. If the setting allows, invite questions or comments at the end. This can turn your speech into a true dialogue and leaves a lasting impression. Engaging with your audience shows that you value their input and makes the experience more memorable. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more tips on becoming a more confident speaker.